On today's show, travel expert 𝗚𝗎𝗓 provides some great tips to help you avoid travel disaster on your next trip. This week's guest host, Jody Haslam, talks about electronic security and the evolution of technology. And check out our Purple Paws Pet of the Week. He's a big fella with a big, big heart. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready for liftoff. Good morning, Murfreesboro, for Friday, August 15th, 2025 begins now.
Good morning, Murfreesboro. I'm Jody Haslam, in for Lance Chandler.
And I'm Rachel 𝗬𝗢𝗢𝗀. Thank you for joining us for another week where we highlight what makes Murfreesboro shine.
Well, as you know, our first week of school is just starting, got going.
Yeah.
My wife's an educator, and I can attest to the fact, I don't know if it's harder for the children or harder for the teachers to get back, but we do appreciate, of course, all their hard work. But summer's over, it's time to get back to it.
Yeah, we had a slight little fake fall a couple weeks ago where it got cool for a hot second, and now we're right back to the scorchers. It's fantastic. My pool is still open.
Well, another important thing to remember too is school bus safety.
Yes.
As we ride through school zones, let's make sure we abide by the speed limits, and certainly watch out for young people and watch out for the school crossing guards as well.
Yeah, there were sadly a number of accidents involving buses and children last year in Rutherford County. So let's make sure that doesn't happen again. All right, well, since you're in Lance's chair, we have a thing. Do you have a joke for me today, Jody?
You know, I don't know if it's really a joke. It's kind of a sad thing, but the guy who invented the heat index, you know, where you take the temperature and it feels like whatever, he passed away last week at the age of 86. And before he passed, he said it felt like it was 94.
Oh, that's a good one. That is really good. All right, well, welcome to Murfreesboro. We have a lot of people that are moving in, and so we want to either help you understand what people are saying or give you some words that you can sound like you belong. Because these Southernisms, you know, maybe you hear them a lot, maybe you hear them a little bit. We throw in some old ones sometimes. But today, our word is hankering.
And what is hankering?
What is hankering?
I guess it's a strong desire, maybe a craving.
Like I'm hankering for a cinnamon roll here at Hemispheres.
I heard about those this morning, and I definitely am hankering for a box of cinnamon rolls.
And then our other one is, why do you talk so slow? And, you know, Southerners say, bless your heart. We're not slow.
Well, I don't know if we talk slow or maybe we listen slow. Maybe that's what it is. But because we listen slow, we have to talk slow.
Well, I'm usually up here on caffeine, so I talk real fast. Get in, sit down, hold on, and open up your ears.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about what's happening around Murfreesboro.
Okay.
Today is National Kool-Aid Day.
Did you drink Kool-Aid growing up?
I did.
I had very little, but I have had some.
It was a thing when I was a child not to actually drink it with water. We licked our finger and did that. I know it's terrible, but
the telltale signs of a red index finger
and a red tongue.
Right.
Yep.
Well, it's also National Men's Grooming Day. So, when was the last time you trimmed that up?
Trimmed it up this morning.
Thank you.
I do shave regularly on a daily basis. A lot of people think men with beards don't shave, but we do. But it takes a little bit of extra work to keep it under control. But thank goodness they have made a men's grooming day because we work hard at it.
That's awesome.
Also, it's National Relaxation Day.
And I have mixed bag on this one. It's National Shoe Donation Day. I wear a 9.5. I'm accepting donations.
Well, tomorrow is National Roller Coaster Day. Although I'm not a big roller coaster person, I have family members who are, and I do admire their willingness to do so.
National Tell a Joke Day on the wrong day because we just told one today.
The other one, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. You want to tell it now?
Go.
Okay, all right. Well, I went to a wedding last week, and the groom was from Holland, and the bride was from the Philippines. And do you know what they'll call their kids when they have kids? 𝗠𝗢𝗢𝗄𝗎.
There we go. There's
all right,
another one.
there you have it. All right, Sunday is National Baby Boomers Recognition.
Yeah. Congratulations, Neil. You got a day, another one. It's also National Nonprofit Day, and we do highlight some nonprofits on the show. So if you're looking for a nonprofit home, you've come to the right place.
Monday is National Couples Day.
It's also National Fajita Day.
And not to be confused with Pinot Noir. That's how Southerners say.
Pinot Noir.
That's how it goes. We're celebrating that day, food and beverage, which I don't speak fluent French, but that's the best I got.
It was great, and you can enjoy some Pinot Noir here at Hemispheres.
Yes.
World Cancer Breast Research Day.
And then on Tuesday, we have National Photography Day.
Not the same as National Selfie Day.
No.
It's also National Potato Day.
And probably one of my favorite, National Soft Ice Cream Day.
Is that like the soft serve machine at McDonald's that never works?
It is anywhere and everywhere you go to get that, just like that.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Wednesday is National Bacon Lovers Day. That's me.
Another personal favorite of mine. Also, World Mosquito Day, so let's make sure that we don't increase the population by leaving stagnant water around.
Very true, very true.
Yep.
Thursday is National Senior Citizens Day. Wow, Neil, you got two. He's gonna kill me. He is gonna kill me. All right. On this day, August 15th in 1914, the Panama Canal, the American-built waterway across the Isthmus of Panama, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean, was inaugurated with the passage of the U.S. vessel Ancon, a cargo and passenger ship.
All right, we'll start with the celebrity birthdays. Today is Ben Affleck. He's 53.
Jennifer Lawrence, who you might know from The Hunger Games and a bunch of other movies, is 35.
Joe Jonas, a little bit past my time, but he turns 36.
Actor Anthony Anderson, Blackish to Tell the Truth, is 55.
And tomorrow, Kathy Lee Gifford turns 72. She's a TV show host, was married to one of my favorite football players, Frank Gifford, back in the day. Yep.
Yes, and then James Cameron's birthday as well.
Sunday, Robert De Niro, 82. Love his movies. Monday, actor Malcolm Jamal Warner. He would have been 55, as we know recently he passed away in a drowning incident. Yep.
Actor Robert Redford turns 89.
And on Tuesday, our 42nd president, Bill Clinton, turns 79.
Wow. Country singer Leanne Womack is 59.
Wednesday, pop singer Demi Lovato turns 33.
You're doing a great job. Doing
Yes,
a great job.
thank you.
Rocker Robert Plant turns 77. He's known for that song, Simply
Irresistible,
Yeah.
yes. Thursday, country singer Casey Musgraves, young 37.
Actor Kim Cattrall, Sex and the City, is 69.
All right, start out with some shout outs to our valuable sponsors. We love you guys. First is Superior Overhead Doors.
Valley Growers.
And Info Rules Social Media. If you're looking for help growing your business or need a website, give Rachel a call.
615 Insurance.
Achieve Entrepreneur Center.
And of course, Hemispheres Wine Bar, where we shoot our show every week.
Yes, Tammy, thank you for having us.
If you can't find anything to do this weekend, you're not looking hard enough and you're definitely not watching our show. Tonight, ladies, it's time to get outdoors and unwind. Join us for Ladies' Night Out at the Wilderness Station. A fun evening just for you, featuring a 0.8-mile hike and chill time around the campfire with s'mores and mocktails under the stars. Everyone age 16 and up are invited. It's just $5 a person. Bring your adventurous spirit and let's make some memories. All right, Murfreesboro, listen up. This Saturday, it's time for the Recycle Roundup, hosted by our friends at the Tennessee Environmental Council. Drop-off starts bright and early. That's bright and early for me. Most people, it's not bright and early, but anyway.
Late morning, yes.
8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 602 North Rutherford Boulevard across from Greek Row. You can bring old tires, mattresses, scrap metal, a whole bunch more, recycle them for free. We will have a link below to see everything that qualifies, and we can clean up, green up, and do some good for our planet.
Nice.
See you there. All right, Monday, August 18th, get ready to splash and explore and discover with river exploration at Thompson Lane Trailhead. Join us on the Greenway to catch and release crawfish, snails, and other cool critters while learning about biodiversity and why healthy waterways matter. Water shoes are a must for wading fun, and this is a free event open to all ages. Let's get our feet wet and explore nature together. Finally, dive into the Science of Sound at Discovery Center's Adventure in Sound exhibit, now through August 31st. This hands-on, family-friendly experience is perfect for curious minds of all ages. Explore vibrations, music, and more in a fun, interactive way. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 5, Sundays from 12 to 5. Let your ears and imagination run wild.
All right, links for more information about all these events are available in the description below. Stick around, our first guest is coming up right after this message.
Your garage door does more than open and close. It's your home's biggest entrance, and sometimes its weakest link. Outdated tech, worn-out parts, or missed maintenance, that's a recipe for accidents and unwanted visitors. Superior Overhead Doors Safety Tune-Up checks it all. Sensors, locks, structural integrity, and much, much more. We keep your door secure and your family safe. Don't wait for a scare. Stay safe. Get Superior.
Welcome back. Our first guest, let's welcome Autumn Trussel-Murray of Abundant Travel.
Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, yes. So, one of my favorite stories that you tell is the timing and how you became a travel agent. So, can you tell everybody that story?
Absolutely. So, ironically enough, I grew up in the hospitality industry. My family owned restaurants. I worked in corporate restaurants for a very long time, up until I met my husband, Michael, and I moved to Murfreesboro when we got married. He told me that he would prefer me not to go back into the restaurant industry just because it owns you when you work for it, when you're in management. And he said, you need to find a job. And I was like, well, what am I gonna do? Because I have to have a heart and a passion for what I'm doing. I can't just do a job.
You're not a clock ticker.
No, I'm not. And so he said, why don't you do something with travel? Because you love to travel. And I was like, I don't know anything about selling travel. I know how to plan it and make my trips happen, but I don't know how to sell it. And so he was like, well, look around, see if anybody's hiring, see what you can do. And so I went on Indeed, and I submitted my resume to a couple of companies in the Nashville area that work in the industry. And one of them called me back, and it was 𝗂𝗂 Vacations. They were a wholesaler in the travel industry. I went to interview. The guy who became my boss said, I don't need your travel knowledge. He goes, I've been in the industry for 30 plus years. I'll teach you everything you need to know. I just need your customer service experience. And I was like, boom, let's do this. And he was truthful to his word. He spent the next 2 years pouring into me, so much that I felt like strong enough to venture out and do this on my own. My daughter, Maddie, she has a birth defect called spina bifida. She started having to spend a lot of time at Vanderbilt, in and out of the hospital, and it was messing with my corporate job. And so we decided that it was time to take the plunge and buy our own franchise with Dream Vacations. So in February of 2020, we took the leap, bought our business, and 3 weeks later, the world shut down. And my husband was in a panic, and I was like, it'll be okay, it'll all come back around. And he was like, I wish I had your faith in the world but 5 years later, here we are, we're booming. We have a team of, I have 7 agents that work for me.
Wow.
And it's just, God's really blessed us. I'm really grateful.
I think I first met you was right after COVID. We started networking and stuff together, and I remember hearing that story and how that transpired, and I admired you so much for just your adversity and getting through those tough times.
Thank you.
But
I appreciate
I
that.
followed you very closely over these years, and one of the greatest things I like about what you do is your customer service and how close you are to your clients, and how important it is that if things don't go well, they have somebody they can talk to, right?
That is very, very true.
So a lot of things are out of your control. So when it gets out of control elsewhere, tell us a little bit about that.
So I'll kind of segue this into something. I recently won an award for my customer service, handling things when everything comes crashing down, because it does on people's trips. Life still happens, even whether you're in Europe or Africa or the Caribbean.
And Expedia doesn't care.
No, Expedia and Costco, they don't care the way that we do as professional travel advisors. So I had clients on a cruise in January of this year. The husband received a call or a text message, actually, because you can't really answer your phone at sea, that his father had a massive stroke and he was not expected to survive. And so they call me or they start messaging me, and I'm like, oh gosh, I've never experienced this before. And I'm like, what do I need to do? And I take a deep breath and I get in touch with the cruise line and I start working behind the scenes to make things happen. The cruise line just goes above and beyond to take care of my clients while they're on board. They give them a private office, they give them a phone so that they can actually call home and say their goodbyes to the father. The next morning, the father passes away. And my clients are they're beside themselves. Like
despondent.
they're on a boat in the middle of the ocean with no way of getting off to be
Right.
back with their family. And so the cruise line and I worked together. They brought them meals to their cabin. They gave them private, quiet spaces, like to just decompress, and loved on them. And I worked with the cruise line at their first port of call, which was St. Thomas, to get them off of the boat and flown back to the U.S. I also worked very closely with United Airlines, who they were the only nonstop flight from St. Thomas to Chicago, where the father was. And there were no seats together on the flight. So I reached out to United and I was like, I don't normally pull this card, but can we move some folks so they can sit together? Between myself, the cruise line, and United Airlines, we got the clients taken care of. They got home. It was very seamless for them. They didn't have to worry about anything.
That's fantastic.
And so because of that, I actually won an award in the industry. It's called a Travel Age West Trendsetter Award, and the category is Saving the Day. And it's considered like an Oscar in the travel industry.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. That's so wonderful.
Big honor. And I was, advisors like myself, we do things like this day in and day out, where things go wrong or we fix things. And it's one of those, you don't get recognized for that a lot. And so it was it wasn't because I had super high sales or I'm a social media rock star. It's because I was in the trenches with my clients. So it feels different.
It's really nice to know you have somebody that has your back when you can't make those calls.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Do you have a favorite destination?
So if you ask my friends and family, they would probably tell you Mexico, because I go there a lot. 5 to 6 times a year, you can usually find me there, because it's an easy nonstop flight from Nashville. But if I had to pick, it would be a tie between Cuba and Italy. Cuba is beautiful. It's a little bit challenging to get there, but we can make it happen. The food and the people are they're the kindest people in the world, and the food is delicious. And then Italy, I studied abroad there in college. And so obviously the food and the architecture and the history, I mean, everybody knows why everybody wants to go to Italy.
I've been there once. It was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
I got one for you. I don't travel much, not because I don't want to, but just because I haven't. But if I were to travel, could you give us 3 good travel tips?
Oh, goodness, yeah. So 1, use Travel Advisor. That would be my number 1 tip. Always take the travel insurance, because you never know when things are going to go wrong. And make sure that you set your expectations appropriately according to your budget. And that's why you would work with a travel advisor, because the cost of things in the industry have increased significantly, just like our daily lives. And people, you can no longer get a cruise for $1,000. It's significantly
Not a
more.
good one.
Right.
Not one where the toilets
No,
work.
that's right.
Well, recently you were recognized by VIP for one of the 40 under 40.
Yes, I was.
So,
that was a huge honor for me in our community in Murfreesboro, and not being from Murfreesboro originally, to be recognized in that circle of influence. You're nominated by folks in the community, and then you have to fill out an application about yourself, telling them a little bit about yourself. So that was a huge honor for me.
that's really great.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yes.
you.
It's that community that we talk about all the time.
100%.
Well, so how do people contact you?
The easiest ways to contact me are by email or my website. My email is atrussel@dreamvacations.com.
It'll be in the comments below.
Yeah. And then on social media, you can just search on Instagram or Facebook, Abundant Travel Dream Vacations, and we will pop up.
That's fantastic. You know, I've heard you talk. One of the things that you also like to do for people are special occasions, you know, maybe a wedding anniversary or a honeymoon, like those destination kind of trips.
Yes. So my personal specialty is adults only travel. I have kids. We take them on vacations. Don't let them fool you. But when we can get away without any distractions, it's been a game changer for our marriage and relationship. So when I can help folks do that, whether it's a honeymoon, a destination wedding, an anniversary, or hey, we just need a weekend away, that's where it lights my fire to do that for folks.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Autumn. We appreciate what you do and appreciate your time, and keep up the great
you.
work.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
It's
Yeah,
been fun.
thanks for
Appreciate
being
it.
on
It's been
here.
fun following you all these years too, as well.
Thanks.
So up next, Purple Paws Pet of the Week.
This week's Pet of the Week is brought to us by Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Reliable obedience training for puppies and dogs of all ages.
This week's pet comes to us from Proverbs 12:10 Animal Rescue. Meet Lloyd. This 5-month-old cutie is going to be a big boy, so get ready for some serious snuggles. He's a little shy at first, but once he warms up, boom, he is your loyal bestie. He gets along great with other dogs. He's fully vetted and ready to grow up with a family to call his own. Big heart, big paws, just waiting for you.
Interested? Reach out to Proverbs 12:10 Animal Rescue and make Lloyd a part of your family. Find their information and all the links for today's show, including Sit Means Sit, in the description below.
Awesome. Well, you've been a guest host, and now you're going to shift roles and be our second guest today. So
Thank you.
let me introduce to you Jody Haslam of Symspire. As similar to Autumn, we met networking, and I've seen your path grow, right? You came out of retirement, now you're working with Symspire. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, and we'll work into Symspire.
Well, thank you, Rachel. It's such a pleasure to be here. I grew up in Middle Tennessee, actually in Berry Hill, South Nashville.
Yes.
Over there from what was then known, coming up as the 100 Oaks Mall.
Right.
Went to local schools, graduated from high school, just got involved in business at an early age, which is what you did back in the day, and have gone through a couple different industries, spent some time in retail, but got involved in electronic security in 1989.
Wow.
And I've been involved in it for 35 years now, and it's been really fun to watch the industry grow and how technology has evolved and how it helps us do what we do, and that's help people protect what they value most.
That's awesome. So with Symspire, it's not a word like bread. Where did it come from?
Well, the word's actually there to make you ask about it. So
Okay.
it makes
I like
absolutely
that.
no sense whatsoever. So who are you? What is Symspire? Well, Symspire was founded in 1968 as ACE Alarms, ACE. The acronym stood for Alarms, Controls, and Electronics. And the founder, 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏 Sr., wanted back in the days when you had yellow pages.
Right.
We needed to be early in the, that's right, AC, so we were early in the yellow pages. So that's how that became lore. And then for the next 25 years, ACE moved about as one of the fastest growing, smallest not retailers, I'm sorry, but integrators in the security industry. And to this day, we're actually the oldest locally owned and operated security integrator in Middle Tennessee.
That's fantastic.
So after Tom Sr. passed, Tom Jr. took over the helm, and then he started acquiring a variety of companies and came together and what is known as Symspire in 2018, which is a combination of security, IT services, custom audio, video, and home automation, in addition to security services.
Wow. That's a whole lot in a short word. But I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, they made up Google, right?
Yes.
So why not zig when everyone else is zagging?
That's exactly what happened. And because of that, Symspire is very well known with Google ratings, Better Business Bureau, very high customer satisfaction ratings, and continue to grow tremendously even to this day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So there's a lot of aspects of your job. And if you want to give like a brief overview and then tell us a story about like maybe the most heartwarming or favorite customer interaction or something, bring it personal.
Well, the favorite part of my job is my primary responsibility is business development, and it's just getting out and meeting people around the community, seeking people who have access to those who may have needs. And that is by far and large. That's what got me out of retirement to kind of come back for my second stint with Symspire. Our favorite job that we've ever done involved some senior citizens a few years ago, and they were approaching that time in life where they were struggling to stay at home, they needed to go to assisted living. So we spoke with the children, actually. It was a son and a daughter. So we installed a number of security devices, transmitters that helped them remember when to take their medicine, when to move about, when to take walks. Even the man who lived there struggled with what time to get his mail. So we put a sensor on the mailbox. When the mailman came and closed the door, we had a ding dong that went to the house. But the result of that was because the children were able to manage and monitor their parents to make sure they were doing all the little things they needed to do to stay in their home. They could stay there longer, and they ended up getting another 5 or 6 years in their home before they eventually had to transition to assisted living.
Were their children local or were they further away?
Yes, both. We
Okay.
had one local and one who lived out of state, which made it seemingly a little tougher to do. But with
Right.
today's technology and Zoom and emails, we were able to pull it off. And we used electronics so that both of them were notified on their smartphones when their parents did and did not do the things they needed to do in a timely fashion.
Well, you think there are people in my age bracket whose parents are getting older, and it's that transition time. And, you know, families move, kids grow up, they get married, job transfers. They're not always in the same city.
No,
So
not at all.
it seems pretty valuable that you're able to assist your parents even when you're not there through technology.
Well, technology gives us the opportunity to shrink the world. We can shrink it into a single smartphone. And with notifications and rules and timing mechanisms, it's as if everyone were in the same place at the same time, even though that's not the case.
That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Well, how can we contact you besides the links and stuff below?
Well, besides the links below, certainly email, phone or website, texting. We respond quite quickly to anybody that has anything that they need from us. So
A technology company, I would think. You guys are on it.
we can respond quickly because of technology, yes.
That's
So
great. That's great.
Thank you so much for having me.
I really appreciate you being here, not only as our Lance, but as our guest and talking to us about Symspire.
Well, I can't be another Lance, but I can tell you this. Stop. Don't scroll just yet. We'll be back next after this short break.
Hey there. If you're a professional who's driven, passionate about what you do, and looking to connect with other like-minded individuals, we have the perfect place. Networking for awesome people is exactly what it sounds like. A local community built for awesome professionals who want to support each other, share insights, and create meaningful connections. We're here to build a network where everyone feels welcome and empowered. If that sounds like you, we'd love to have you join our community. Find the link below and let's connect you with more awesome people. Well, that's it for this week, and we're so glad you were able to join us. Next week, we're going to have cool new events to talk about.
New guest?
Yes, and lots of fun and some jokes and a new guest host, and there'll be all kinds of craziness going on. Your homework is to go back and watch some old episodes, like, share, subscribe, all the social media things. We appreciate all of that.
That way you'll be ready for the test, and of course you can use your notes.
That's right.
But after you get done with that, listen, we just want to thank our sponsors who we appreciate so very much. Superior Overhead Doors.
Valley Growers.
Info Rules Social Media. If you're looking for help growing your business or need a website, give Rachel a call.
615 Insurance.
Achieve Entrepreneur Center.
Where we are, Hemispheres Wine Bar.
Thank you, Tammy.
Yes.
And Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Our Pet of the Week sponsor. If your dog needs training, they can help.
Well, as we close it out, a big thank you to Neil and everyone behind the scenes that helps us out, including Tammy, our extra person of our staff, and thanking them for, letting us use Hemispheres.
Yes, and for all of us here at Good Morning Murfreesboro, make it a great weekend.
And if you're going to do it right here in Murfreesboro. See you next week.
See you next week.